as Semenyo snubs Manchester United to join Man City. Not the breaking news we wanted, not the Ornstein bomber we wanted, but look, Merry Christmas from Man United. They messed it up against Villa on Sunday and they've done it again the day before Christmas Eve. It comes in 3. What's coming tomorrow? Because what's Santa going to deliver? Because, I mean, you know what? I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. And actually, no, I can't say it. It's not fair. I can't say it. It's not fair. What I was going to say is, even if we'd signed him, I think it's the wrong signing anyway. But the bottom line is he's chosen Man City. This is the latest from David Ornstein. Semenyo wants to join Man City. All suitors now informed. Formal steps required ahead of the window, as David Ornstein reports. Man United have been pushing all week, but Semenyo sold on the Man City project. Man City want a winger with the goals output of the wide forward. Semenyo wants regular European football and the chance to win silverware. And look, I agree with Josh. We need a centre midfielder anyway, but how do you react to this news? Like, how do you compute this? How do you turn this into a positive? Because apparently we're getting better. Apparently everything's fine. Some of you are telling us it's fine. You know, the club's fine. We're getting better. There is progress. We've just gone all in on a player and been rejected by Man City because they're a better team with a better manager and a better run club. That isn't, you know, that's criminal. It's criminal where Man United have ended up over the last 10 years, and we're now getting snubbed by players for Man City. And we've spoken about this in the summer. Unless they're a boyhood Man United fan, we're screwed. Yeah, you know, no, Craig, I won't be saying he's... listen to Craig here. He's the sort of moron I'm talking about. Craig says, snubs United. Tomorrow you'll be saying he's signing again. No, we won't. No, we won't, Craig, because we follow the news from the transfer experts. David Ornstein and Fabrizio Romano have said that Man United have been pushing for Semenyo, so we've reported it. They're now saying he's chosen Man City, so we won't be saying he's signing them tomorrow. So stop trying to be your little Glazer-nomics, Glazer-rimmer, trying to spin it that we're the problem. The problem is the people who own the football club, mate. If you're frustrated, supping on your eggnog, it ain't us. You know, Santa's delivering coal for Man United fans because we're shit. This is what happens. 10 years of this shit and you end up with constant shit. Basically, that's where we are, you know. This was coming. This was coming. You've been talking about this for the last 6 years. We're going to get to a point where people don't want to sign for Man United. And it's starting to happen. Yes, Cunha wanted to come because he loved Man United when he was a teenager. And Burmo wanted to come because he loved Man United when he was a teenager. But it ain't going to work. It's not going to work anymore. It's going to get less and less of players looking at Man United and going, I remember Rooney. You know, that's it. Oh, I had a shirt when I was a kid. I remember Rooney. It's not going to happen anymore. Because what they're going to do, I remember Fellaini. Oh, yeah, I remember Di Maria. Yeah, I remember Schneiderlin. It's just not going to happen. The more years we move away from being a top club, the less people are going to go, oh, yeah, I supported Man United as a kid. It's not going to work. And the harsh reality is that Semenyo has chosen Manchester City because he wants regular European football and he wants to challenge for silverware. Well done, mate. Well done. You know, I actually agree with you. You know, I'd shake your hand if you were here. You're absolutely right. Because the standards that some of us have imprinted onto this football club are exactly the same standards as to why he's chosen Man City. I can't sit here and say... I saw people on social media today. I was down the pub, went for a family meal, having a couple of drinks, just checking what was going on. And on my timeline, I could see people begging Semenyo, putting pictures of Carrington going, look at what it's like at Carrington. Look at the third kit. Oh, look at the Carrington. Come to Manchester United. I'm like, oh my God, you saddos, you absolute saddos. Like, come on. You know, we are a great club, but the only thing great about this club is the fans. You know, still got to operate under bloody these morons who don't know what they're doing. I mean, I even heard a story this afternoon. I mean, how embarrassing is this now? You know, I have tweeted it, so this is not genius in hindsight. It's on my timeline, right? I'm going to read it to you now. This was in reaction to, I think it was Fabrizio, reported that Man United are willing to change the system to accommodate Semenyo. I mean, how embarrassing is that? that he's chosen somebody else and we were willing to change the system. And I tweeted this about 4 hours ago and I said, if you're willing to change the system to sign a player, and the manager we hired has a very distinctive system that he's only played throughout his whole career, why did we bother appointing that manager? So United have somehow managed to take something that they didn't even need to be in. We didn't even need to be in the Semenyo story. We didn't need to be in it. We'd have been better off not in this story. We jump in two-footed. We then brief to journalists that we're willing to change our system. And then we get snubbed. And I'm like, we sort of come out of this more embarrassed and confused than we were before. Look, I've been very consistent. Some of you are in the chat. I don't think we should have been trying to sign him in the first place. I think we should be spending that money on a midfielder. But he's a good player. And if you sign him, you go, well, it's a bit confusing, but he's a good player. We snub going for a midfielder to go for another attacker that we probably don't need. He snubs us. Where are we now? It's sort of, I'm sort of confused as to where we are now. Do we now go for a second-rate Semenyo? Or do we actually do what we should have done in the first place and buy a midfielder? I've got to be honest. If it wasn't breaking news, I think I would have asked for a thumbnail from Matt, our designer, with who cares on it. Because I don't actually care. If I'm being honest, I don't care. If you're a Man City fan or any other fan and you're laughing at United, we're used to it. We're used to being laughed at. It happens on a regular. And actually, I don't want a midfielder. I want a... Sorry, I don't want Semenyo. I want a midfielder. So I'm sort of at the point now, if United's incompetence messes up what they want and forces them to do what I want, I win anyway. So hopefully now we'll spend the money on a midfielder, which is what we should have been doing in the first place.